What's up, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's vlog day once again. Man, what's that in my throat? Oh, but anyway, Happy New Year, folks. Technically, it's Happy New Year. It's a new professional year for SSP. And who knows, maybe it's the start of a new decade. We'll see. Let's see if I can get this whole SSP ball continue to roll up until 2035. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think I was going to make it this long. And if we're going to be completely honest, I remember predicting myself about how long I would be able to keep SSP running. And 2035 was not my visual goal, honestly. I mean, if I do make it to 2035, awesome. If I do make it to 2035, awesome. I'll be 41 then. But I already have one person, Chungus, mind you. I have Chungus in my Discord DMs telling me to beware 45. Man. I always thought the number 23 was bad for me, but now Chungus has me looking over my shoulder for the number 45. But yeah, still though, thank you all for tuning in to my anniversary weekend starting this past Thursday. It was greatly appreciated to the limited audience that I had. I mean, the audience was smaller this year compared to some other ones I've had in the past, but I am still extremely thankful for the outpouring of love that was there, so I greatly appreciate it. Alright, and also folks, I guess it's kind of like the end of an era right now. Now look, I know I have the whole King of Cringe thing just as a nickname and just as a bragging right from the Geek Room, but as of late, I've been trying to tune into the Geek Room a little bit more than I used to. Because, look, y'all, life has been busy for all of us. Them included, me included. And just seeing how the Geek Room has changed over the years looks pretty cool, if you ask me. But last night, I found time to actually tune in again. And I even sent in a super chat for them. But last night, I saw them talking about this guy in a pink bunny suit. And look, I don't even know the lore of this guy. Like, I accepted defeat in less than 1 minute of watching him. I see this guy in a pink suit, a pink bunny suit, wearing glasses. He has a jar of pickles in between his legs. And he's cussing up a storm, flipping off the camera, and I have no idea who this guy is. But, folks, by proxy, that is your new Cringe King. That is your new Cringe King, okay? And last night I was even in the chat talking about a whole Cyrax situation that I remember from 4 years ago, and I even confessed to some of those people that if any of you remember the whole Cyrax situation that I fell into, the Cyrax, what was the word for it? Vortex, the Cyrax vortex that I fell into 4 years ago. I can't say I fell into it, I was pushed into it. Without my consent, mind you, but I was pushed into a Cyrax vortex 4 years ago, unjustly, mind you, and there was people back then making up a fake fabricated feud with him, and I didn't even know who the guy was. But I also confessed that out of every YouTuber I know, Cyrax probably makes me the most uncomfortable, just with everything I know about him. And yeah, I've already made that video about my thoughts on him about 4 years ago. I don't need to make another one. I don't need to open up that can of worms. I don't need to fall down that rabbit hole again. Yeah. Wasn't it? But anyway, as I digress, I'm happy that SSP just reached 10 years, and I've been trying to like celebrate with as many people as I could this weekend. Cause like, heck, I even went back into Sega's stream. I thanked him, and I saw Sega's live streaming about certain things. Um, he said that he was probably not going to be uploading anymore, and that breaks my heart. But I told Six in that stream, I said, hey, the key word here is probably. And I'm trying to have faith in that regard, that he's not through. But if he is, Sigus, thank you for everything you've done for YouTube in the time that you have been here. Thank you for the laughs and thank you for the memories. If this is just going to be live streams going forward, all I can say is I'll tune in when I can. But also, Sigus was made a stream with the title of him being unmotivated. Yeah, he went live this past Thursday saying that on the same day as the anniversary, mind you, he went live on the same day as the anniversary, and he said he was feeling unmotivated, and I said, look, Sigus, if it wasn't for you making me feel motivated, there would be no way SSP would have reached its 10th anniversary. I mean, look, I get it. I was a big D6 mark back in 2020. No, I was a big D6. I was a big Sigus mark back in 2015. And yeah, I do regret that the first words I said on this channel wasn't "Sup everybody," but it was "Good morning, everybody. Good morning." Because the Sigus Nation gave the Sigus Nation gave this channel its very first push in the beginning 10 years ago. So it's easy to say that without Sigus, that my channel wouldn't be where it is today. All right, you can make up any kind of allegation against him if you want to. You can't make me unthankful for his creative contributions and his inspiration and his advice. It's there. If it helped make me grow, then I just can't deny that. He's been there for me. I've seen him. I text him on occasion. Alright? And yet there's still people out there that wants to, I don't know, stir the pot, I guess. But it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. And right now, that's been my biggest mentality, trying to teach myself now. Like, is this beef worth it? Is this drama worth it? And honestly, the answer has been a resounding no. If this argument doesn't conclude with anything, or if the debate doesn't provide any substantial damage to me or my name or anything else of that matter, then it doesn't. If it doesn't benefit SSP, if it doesn't benefit me, heck, if it doesn't even damage me either, with physical evidence, then there's no issue with just me being me. So, I celebrated the anniversary weekend with Sigus. I celebrated with Queen Enterprises, who, yeah, she came down to visit me for the 29th. We went out to go eat somewhere. It was cool. Queen, if you're out there watching, love you, bae. Can't wait to see you this Friday. She's gonna be coming down to town. She's gonna be coming into town to stay a week. She's gonna be going to VBS with me. And yeah, we may be even heading up to Charlotte for a Ground Zero show on the 13th. That's what we're planning anyway. And yeah. And again, like I said, I also had to go celebrate with the Geek Room, and man, I need to go ahead and address the elephant in the room with this. I get it. I painted an illustration of myself as this king of cringe. Look, I know it's easy to make jokes, and I know it's easy to poke fun at the spectrum here and there. But there was one guest in the Geek Room. I know he was just playing around. Look, I can take it in stride. I've heard worse. But I can... maybe I can still hear a little bit of the vibe, okay? I try to read the room the best that I can. Alright? There might be a member of the Geek Room that may or may not have an issue with me. And I'm not talking about Brandon Wolf. It was another guy. Hopefully I can get in contact with that guy soon and see what's up. But look, I'm a wrestler. I know what it is like to perform, okay? Heck, that's what I do as a YouTuber. Performing is what I like to do. When I see a camera, I turn it on, and if I'm in the mood for it, I just have at it. I just try to be the best me that I can be for the camera. And heck, if I have fun being the king of cringe, if I have fun being goofy, being weird, being me, then so be it. So some people are going to like it, others obviously won't. And I think along the lines, some people have seen that as me portraying myself to be some kind of an idiotic doofus. Now, I'm not accusing that guy in the Geek Room of doing the same thing, but if I made him laugh for the right reasons, good. I'm just trying to be the devil's advocate here and say, yeah, I deserved it. Everything that he's saying about me, yeah, I deserved it. Okay. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that my past is clean. This is what people are supposed to do. They're supposed to grow up. They're supposed to mature mentally. And yeah, my past. That's one thing I love about these sub-everybodies, is if you watch all of them canonically speaking from 0 up till now, almost 500, which I don't recommend, by the way. But not in one sitting. Not in one sitting. Not like Chungus. But anyway, if you watch all of them canonically speaking from episode 0 to 500, you see me grow up. You see me mature. You see me trying to better myself. And these vlogs right here, these are like the only platform I have to just, try to speak to you viewers, not as SelfStandard, but as James Ramsey. And I talk about this, I think I talked about this in the docu-series on the first episode, which I'll get to the docu-series thing in a minute. But the heck is that banging? I talked about this in the first episode of the difference between I talked about this in the first episode of, see, that's my ADD in action right there. But anyway, I talked about this in the first episode of the difference between James SelfStandard and James Ramsey is that James SelfStandard is everything that James Ramsey wants to be without fear of social rejection, or James SelfStandard is James Ramsey with extra confidence. You take away the sorrow, you take away the depression, you take away all the social anxiety, and you will have James SelfStandard at his very best in SelfStandard mode. Full on jokes, full on cringe, just proud to be himself. And honestly, lately, James Ramsey, me, I have not been confident enough in myself lately. SelfStandard was an act, and that's been my biggest goal right now this year, to try and humanize SelfStandard. Mentally speaking, I am trying to love myself more than I have been lately, and it's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle, and I just apologize for any past stupidity I've projected about myself. I'm not about to fall back into that high school hellhole of paranoia that I did years ago. But look, you know, I'm, truth be told, now look, I'm back. SSP, I'm still happy that it's going strong. And look, shout out to the By the Day. That's a rock band who, that is the original band that did the actual song for SmackDown's 10th anniversary of Let It Roll. They gave me full permission to use their song for my intro. I just hit them up on their official Facebook group and said, hey, can I use Let It Roll for my decade anniversary special whatever? And they said, yeah, go for it, bro. Something to that effect. They just said yes. They said yes. And sure enough, that's what I did. But going forward, just to avoid the legal mumbo jumbo with the copyright system, I have a alternate version of Let It Roll that I might end up utilizing here in the future. I don't know. I gotta see how I gotta see how it pans out. With it still being 2025, I'm still gonna use that Let It Roll thing for the rest of the year, heading up until December and Christmas. All right. Because right now, that's been the theme for the entire year, celebrating that this is SSP's 10th year running. I've been highlighting classic SSP clips all year through my other social media and through my shorts, like through TikTok and Lemonade and the Instagram stories, whatever. I've been trying to make SSP more marketable if possible. And yeah, right now that's been my biggest. That's been my other biggest goal for SSP, like trying to keep it more professional. Like, I know it's easy to keep it personal here on Sub Everybody, but like, this is the only exception. But my biggest thing was thinking that if this doesn't benefit SSP, if this doesn't fit into the vibe that I want SSP to look like, then honestly it has no business being on the channel. And that includes certain drama with certain YouTube individuals. I'm not going to sit here and name names. I'm not going to be the person to publicly shun or publicly shame somebody unless I'm literally backed into that corner to do so. And being literally backed into the corner to do so was exactly what happened with the Cyrax situation. I'm not going to be backed into a corner like this. Alright, I refuse to. I am standing my ground. I created this channel to be a stage, and dadgummit, let me perform. Let me perform. Okay? Please. But yeah, to anybody that has enjoyed my performances for any duration of time over the past 10 years, thank you. And it's a new year. I do have content ready to go this week. I do have content planned. Helpful Man's got to address that Witch of Woe situation tomorrow. I'm going to be bringing Deadly Anarchy back coming this Wednesday. Of course, resuming my Marvel Rise of the Imperfects OSG come Thursday. Friday might be an iDraw. I'm not decided on that yet. Of course, Saturday, Money in the Bank Ring Ramblings. Saturday's Money in the Bank Ring Ramblings. And Sunday, don't know yet. Stay tuned. It might be an episode of My Kingdom Crunch. just to get the ball rolling for this year, okay? Because, dude, I am freaking ready, and I don't know what it's going to look. I have no idea what this year is going to look like before we reach the 11th anniversary in 2026. So all I can say is, stay tuned, enjoy what's coming, and let's enjoy this wild ride together for however long it may last. All right. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and yeah, until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah, I'm out. Love you all. Here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.